Look at this. Oh, it's so cool. It's so cool. Look at that. No, wait. No, I don't want to continue. Continuing sucks. I gotta load my save. Yes. Alright, where do we leave off? I don't remember. Boom. Count off. Oh, it's this guy. I still don't have a definite voice for him, so I'm just... Ugh. Okay. Count off. Whoa, 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 whoa. Shifu, 99 calls, all 9 hours, most likely here and accounted for. Hey, you, yeah, you, the second number one from my right. Yeah. Here, a birthday present for you. What? Shifu, I didn't know you knew all our birthdays. What a kind heart you have. We're more than what would be. I'm really sorry, but it's not my birthday. He's had a couple disrespects others, soon feels the disciplinary bite of an elder. What? That present isn't for you. For your younger brother's wife's younger brother. Somebody say hi and happy birthday, won't you? I can't believe you remember that much about each of us. I think he's just making it up. Pretty sure he's just making it up. I'm so moved that I can't stop crying. Oh my goodness. Should probably leave them to their alone time. Alright, meeting's over, everyone. Head for your posts. Dismissed. Shuffle, 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 shuffle. There. Yo, were you guys there the whole time? I got a call from Shinaj. You already filled me in. It sounds like you're out to get in my way again. I have absolutely no intention of interrupting her investigation. I simply request a grant me permission to investigate the Albastian embassy. And what if I say no? Agent Long, this man is my subordinate. As I have received permission from the ambassador, he is to be extended the same rights. Sorry, but it's not that simple. Alabama's the strictest immigration regulation in the world, or didn't you know? Even among my elite men, only about half of them were admitted into the country. What? America! Besides, any more cooks in the kitchen, we might spoil the soup if you get what I mean. How dare you make such assumptions? Don't take this the wrong way, but I thought I was in charge of Alabas, Miss One Comma. Grr! Look, try to understand, okay? Things over and Alabas are a bit of a mess right now. What do you mean by a bit of a mess? You know what I told you? We had an incident in Alabasta as well. This is what we call a decision based on the investigation, Mr. Prosecutor. Look, Wolfie, just let us in already! Hold it. Huh? Is there a problem here? Who's these new nerds, losers? Not really, just having a discussion about whether or not to let these guys in. Ambassador Alba, I ask that you please allow these people to join the investigation. Having a debate because of my country. I'm terribly sorry for placing you good people in that kind of situation. It's all because I lack the strength to govern well. Please say something of the sort, Ambassador. You weakling! Curse your frailty and inability to effect a change in your country. What do you... The thing is, investigations conducted in my country have been under Agent Long. And it is my judgment that in order to minimize disruption in the investigation, I should leave everything up to Agent Long. There, you see? Oh, no way! Ambassador Alba asks you to please reconsider letting them into Alabast. What's that? My very own secretary has been murdered in the Babalese embassy. He was apparently caught up in some very shady dealings, completely unbeknownst to me. So I ask for your cooperation in our investigation. Come here, your trouble fits to the bobble. Which is like a 10-minute drive. Alright, I get it. Even if you peg them back to Alba, I still have to give the final okay anyway. Oh, right, you hear that, Mr. Edwards? We're in! Not so fast, my little pro girl. You're still a witness in the Bobble murder. I'd like to please stay in the Republic of Bobble. Detective Gumshoe, please take good care of Kay for me. Yes, sir! Sounds good to me. The fewer troublemakers, the better. Cool. Hey, Mr. Edward. Yes. Been wanting us for a while now, but... Ow. That lady over there, she who I think it is? Oh, that's right. I didn't introduce you to you yet. Franziska von Karma, the prosecutorial prodigy. It's nice to see you again. Oh, I knew it! You're the whip lady! You may address me as Miss Von Karma. Miss Von Karma, I leave the investigation of all of us in your hands. Thanks. Rest assured, I will outsmart both of the smuggling ring and the Yatagarasu. Smuggling ring, huh? Perhaps I should ask Franziska a bit more about them before I head to Alba. Ow. I must forget to thank Ambassador Padeno for all that he's done for me. Ambassador, please take as many as you would like. And I can cut out the last page you just added a coupon. Because I have a little interest in them. Wait, I thought Americans love coupons. We do, because poverty is so normalized here. You know what I saw the other day when I was at work? I saw a shirt that said, "I wish my wallet had free refills." And I'm just like, wow. Being poor is so normalized. They're going to put that kind of stuff on a t-shirt and then sell it. And it was just, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Just kind of depressing. The man in the green coat was beyond excited when I gave him that bus because he's poor! Ambassador Palina asked me, please not think of him as a representative of all America. I mean, in terms of money, yes. In terms of smarts, maybe? I don't know. These flowers are gifts of Gateway Imperial Hotel. It appears that their business boomed since they became a Steel Samurai sponsor. Lovely. What's that? Get the courtyard on Albastine Embassy through this window. This side is under safe dryer shirts as well, but this side. An incident occurred on both sides of this one building. You must make everything in my life so full of complexities. This probably, Ugh. I hate yawning so much. Just painful. What was I saying? One of the sides is the distraction for the other side. So, while this side has a murder, this one either has something worse or the something over there was a distraction for that. I think the one over here was a distraction though because, you know, giant fire visible from the outside. That look pretty bad. It's a shame they're in the middle of renovations. That fire did little up there. That's why it caught on fire so easy, probably. And behind me, Ambassador Palino's dry smile hides the tears in his eyes. Got the first one of a butterfly. There's a theater. Sits to the left. Something happens. You should let me. May I ask you to please move out of the way? I'm sorry, but we're currently clearing the area of unfallen, burnt stuff and rest your patience until we're done. Very well. I hope the versus clearing goes smoothly. The flat panel VCR roasting samurai videos on the table might be a clue. I had better check the titles of these videos. The things I put myself through for the sake of the investigation. Ah, yes, totally. Yeah, I'm totally not just checking out and seeing what episodes they're watching. What's up, Gumshoe? I'm glad you keep getting so. You just leave everything to me. And don't worry, I'll take good care of Gummy for you. We'll go investigate into the bubble side of things together. Right, Kay? That's right, Gummy! All they're missing is the last stooge. Who would be the third one? Emma Sky, probably. So we had all three of them like the other case, but... Buster playing out, I am in your debt. No, it's nothing. Because it's all about how I can do it for you, I'm afraid. I only ask that you please bring Mandy's killer to justice. I will, Ambassador, on my honor. Oh, wow, you're so sensational. You really piqued my curiosity. I know they are much, but I'm giving them to you wholeheartedly. Coupons. What are they for this time? No, that's quite alright. Oh, well, how about this then? Other ink? Fountain pen. Edgeth uses the fountain pen. Bobbly's ink. Makes Susie bubble. This is Bobbly's ink. Made from wood crystal oil, which is mined through our mineral mines. Please accept this ink. One dip your pen in this, and you can write for hours in your organizer. How fortunate for me, the ink in my pen has just happened to have run out. Yeah, totally. It's totally not me just really eager to test out new ink for my pens. I mean, that's because of some specific reason. Well, it probably causes a lot of miners a lot of health issues to like mine in the mines or something like that, so they limit the amount of time that everyone's exposed to the other harmful things in the cave. I don't know, I'm just making stuff up. Guarantee you that writing with our ink is an unforgettable experience, and since we don't export it, if you run out, you're always welcome to come and visit our fair nation. What? Oh my goodness. Well, I guess that's a way to get tourism, I guess. Just have all the fountain pen enthusiasts just be like, oh, you gotta go to this country. They have the best ink available there, but they don't sell it overseas or internationally or whatever. I mean, I guess that works. It's kind of like why people travel to other countries to go to like cosplay events. No, it's not because it's like, oh, well, the best cosplay event is over in this state, in this country, or blah, 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 whatever. You gotta check it out. But only this one, because it's the best one. Talk about cornering the customer along with the market. You've made much progress in your investigation in such a short period of time. It's truly amazing. Agent Hicks, who help I had requested, was cut down before he completed his task. Rest in peace. There is no room for further failure in my perfect investigation. In spite of that, I believe you're able to gain some insight into the ring, correct? It was nothing. I simply made some deductions based on the smuggling item I was following. You mean the Bobbly's ink? But why restrictions on export of the ink to begin with? That's classified Hold it! Francisca, as your subordinate, I am part of your investigation now. Don't you think it would be beneficial if I was as well informed as you? Point taken. Very well, I will fill you in. Recently, we discovered some very well-made counterfeit pills and they're circulating in Chengpa. Uh-oh. Yes, as you may have deduced, the counterfeits are being made with special Bobbly's ink. And it's virtually impossible to distinguish pills made with Bobbly's ink from real ones. Thus, it was only natural for Interpol to keep an eye on the Republic of Bobble. Oh, okay. That's where this document comes into play, correct? Correct! Mr. Kocha was smuggling large amounts of bubbly ink. Furthermore, he was charged with running the embassy's printing equipment. To make the coupon. But he wasn't making coupons. He was making fake money. That's all the evidence I need to know. He was the head of the smuggling ring. Well, not necessarily. Being in charge of it doesn't... The printing of things doesn't... It could be just someone blackmailed this other person into using the printing press thing to make monies. However, there remains one tiny problem. Let me guess. You still have yet to find the counterfeit bills or the smuggled ink. Yes, and while we're listing things, I might as well add the counterfeit plates to the pile. Since we haven't been able to locate any of the... Oh, actually, no, there was a plate inside the safe. Since we haven't been able to locate any of these items in the Bobbly's embassy, we're looking into the Alabastian embassy next. It doesn't matter where they're hidden. Mark my words, I will find them. Counterfeit bills. The concept of counterfeit bills. We don't actually have any on us. They're circulating in some cards. Hard to tell they're fake. And this is why American money now has that strip of plastic in the $100 bills. It's hard to fake that shiny, weird, textured piece of plastic. Well, shall we get one going? Roll it! What's wrong, Kay? I didn't get permission to enter Alabas, so we're gonna go gather whatever info we can around the Bobbly side, okay? I just talked to you about that. Yes, that's fine. Alright, I'm counting on you two. Right, and I'm counting on you, Mr. Montgomery, to sniff out clues in Alabas. Oh, and Edward, Mr. Edwards, if you happen to come across my phony, you let me know, okay? If you tell me, I'll rush on over straight away, no matter where you are. I'll let you know when the time comes. I feel like there's gotta be like some secret door passageway between the wings. Oh. The mask is dead! No! And the steel samurai killed him. Gasp. What an interesting turn of events. Wait, is that... Oh, it's the broken spear over above Edgeworth's head. Is broken because... No, was it... I think it was broken elsewhere. Like in the middle of it. From the, when Old Bag taped it back together. I don't know. Whoa! What do you think you're doing to my subordinate? It better not be Larry. No. Oh, no. Oh my goodness. I feel like if I had to run into this kind of person, I would just lose it. Absolutely, just lose it in real life. Just someone I knew way back in the day, and they're just convinced that we're the bestest of friends besides me not talking to them willingly. Every time I do see them, I'm just, what do you call it? Short sentences, minimal speaking, because I don't want to talk to them. Ugh. Thank goodness you're here. I'm in a real big pickle, your lordship. The raven, it appeared, poof, and then disappeared, whoosh. And I thought I'm the steel samurai, my sword, wow, I'm so confused, I don't know what anything means anymore. Who is this fruit cake? I'm Larry, the house merry man of the Otok. Ugh, I remember this person's one of your friends as he was. Please don't call him that. Hey, what's up with that answer? Your best bud is in a bind. You act like it's no big deal. What sort of bind are we talking about here? The suspect kind. I accidentally became a suspect in a murder. I see. That's quite the bind. Not that we're in the least bit surprised. Yes, I pretty much expected this news. From the instant I saw this unlucky face. Ugh. Larry. Known him since grade school. It's for long that I've known him. He's been the world's largest source of trouble with a capital T that rhymes with P that stands for pool. Ugh. What kind of introduction is that? You're so mean, Edgy. If you're not careful, you might find your tiny number of friends go down by 1. Please, that would be the dream. It's uncomfortable. Besides your... Wait, hold on. Larry, it was you? You're the one who wrote my Steel Samurai autograph? Ugh. Oh, you didn't notice earlier? I even winked at you. Oh, I hate this guy. I like how Phoenix introduces him in the third game, where it's just like, this guy just keeps showing up, and it is so annoying, but I gotta treat him nice, I guess, because he still thinks I'm his friend. I feel like any sort of semblance of friendship is just pity, because he's just so dumb, and keeps having bad stuff happen to him, so it's just like... Anyways. What's going on? And why are you beet red? Sorry, but could you not speak to me right now? Oh, what? Oh, sorry, am I interrupting your comical yet melodramatic play? Aha, so this is the incident you mentioned earlier. Mr. Prosecutor, this man, this childhood friend of yours, is our prime suspect. Cool. I'm not gonna defend him, unless someone else actually did the murder. Of what, you ask? Of the murder of a man who snuck into this embassy. Mask and Mask 2. Electric Boogaloo. Huh? Wounded the back of the head? You just like slice him? That sword looks dull. Like really dull. Like just judging by like the shading and the shape of the sword. Only Larry could get himself into yet another mess as fine as this. But no matter what the facts say, Larry's not the type to commit murder. He's too dumb to commit murder. So it's a rather daunting stroke of misfortune I've struck. Ugh, to prove Larry's innocent of everything. Ugh. Chief, who have identified the victim? Good work. I'll take that report now. Just take the mask off. That's it. Agent Long, would you mind if I took a peek at it as well? What did I tell you earlier, Mr. Prosecutor? Don't get in my way! There's only enough flesh here to feed one wolf, and that one is me! So no, you may not take a peek! But Agent Long... Hey! Oh my goodness, how old are you now? Like 70? Agent Long, will you allow an investigator such as myself to take a look? Ah, yes, of course. Let the detective see the file. Hands it off to Edgeworth. You're Detective Bad! You're the prosecutor, Mr. Edgeworth, right? Fancy meeting you here, detective. You weren't expecting me? Ever since that day 7 years ago, I've chased after the Autograssi non-stop. I even pressured Interpol into keeping me in the loop, in case a card was ever found. What an incredible dedication to the case. Detective Bad knows the Autograssi's MO very well. That's modus operandi. And his passion for the chase hasn't died down in these 7 long years. It's something I can respect. But Detective Bad, I must ask, are you going to make an ally out of this prosecutor? My only goal is to arrest the Yatagarasi. We can get to the bottom of this case, then I'm willing to share info with him. I'm in your debt, Detective Bad. Sorry, I had to sneeze. And as per usual, I gotta present my prosecutor's badge. Think about it, I'm wondering if you might be able to tell me something about this. What? Sorry, but I don't hear rumor about things that aren't related to the Yatagarasu. Heh, it looks like nothing about you has changed in these 7 years, huh? Daughter of Von Karma, you're still just the sapling of a prosecutor. Alright, I'll have you know that I've already grown into a stately tree of a prosecutor. Heh, that right. Just 20 times, he seems to be enjoying this quite a bit. It's so bad. Ugh. I'm a big hater of Larry. About the murder of the Mask 2, would you be willing to fill me in on a few details? When the Yatagarasu showed up, Agent Long and I took ourselves off guard duty and put ourselves in charge of directing things at this crime scene. Taking advantage of the chaos, the Mask 2, he broke into this embassy. Probably to steal some treasure or another. I suppose he lost his life and he was forced to fight someone else in this room. Alright, let me tell you about this loser, Larry. Why exactly was he placed under arrest, Detective? That samurai? He was born looking suspicious, but not for the reasons you suspect, I assure you. As you can plainly see, he's completely harmless. Well, it was just a random guess. It's not like he's actually under arrest. Okay, good. Tonight here, actually, at the Alabastian Embassy, Ambassador Alba was to give a commemorative speech. And that's when the Yatagarasu showed. But keep in mind, the Yatagarasu isn't who I'm talking about right now. Those seats for the guests who had been called to sit in them were empty. Were they too busy watching the Steel Samurai stuff? A no-show. Who was it that failed to take their seat? The Steel Samurai. So the speech was to begin. Each member of the entire Steel Samurai family was to wait in a separate room. However, for some weird reason, that man was spotted in a different location than his assigned room at that time. I bet he was flirting with someone. And where was he? On the roof with one of his legs down the chimney. He's totally trying to go flirt with someone. 100%. He's too dumb to do anything else. Like, he can pull this up easy peasy. But only if he was like, ooh, but there's a cute girl. I was gonna climb down the chimney and go meet her in our secret hiding spot. That chimney leads directly into this room. Larry! Really outdone yourself this time. What were you thinking? In the case of Blues, I have time for me to start my investigation. Look, it's all the knives. Oh, they have a sheath too? Set of knives bearing a flower motif. Let's be counterparts to the Bubbly's knives. These are the blades inside these scabbards. It matched the blade that was used to kill Mr. Koshin. Steel Samurai's primary weapon, the Samurai Spear. Isn't it awesome? I totally fell for this thing. It's sleek and shiny, just like my heart. It comes at you like whoosh. When you hold it, you just want to live like BAM! You do well to watch what you say, Larry. Although it's just as Larry says, the spear is quite the symbol of valor. However, speaking of spears, aren't you supposed to use them by thrusting the point straight into your opponent, not smacking them down? I'm not entirely convinced the spear is up to the task. What's wrong, Edgy? You're just staring off into the distance. Oh, I get it. Tell you what, I'll tell the studio to make you one, Kate, but this one's mine. Did I say anything about wanting one? He probably does want one, he just doesn't want to say it. And he's like, oh, wait, you'd actually do that? But he won't say that out loud because he will never admit that he's a true fan. And the piece of point something out about this spear. What is this thing? That plant's supposed to be. Persistently, can't you see it's supposed to be a likeness of Ambassador Alba? Miles Edgeworth, as a subordinate, you have a lot of nerve telling me what to think. I look forward to your salary assessment next month. Doing yourself to think if you have any control over that. Another one of these. Found absolutely no difference between this Hermiduck statue and Bobbles. Statue's face will look like that caution here you like so very much. I only wonder why you Americans have such a really better sound of face. Statue was made by an American, you know. At least I don't suppose so. Why is there a weapon on display in a place like this? I wonder why there are no whips on display here. Oh well, winky face. Knives adorned with flowers are on display here. These are the counterparts of Bobbly's knife. Blades of these knives should match the blade of a knife that killed Mr. Kojin. One of the knives is missing its blade. And also missing a chunk of the flower. See if the two pieces of blade panel fit each other. It would appear that they fit together quite well, almost seamlessly. And this means that an alabaster knife did find its way in the bauble. But how? Get away, also knife. The knife. No, that's just some of the gas, just like I got speed exclusively. It made sense. Was it being owned by me? I'm really how I was being shown you how to meet Francisca. Is related to this piece of evidence. I don't see how they're related. But somebody don't understand the meaning behind this piece of evidence. Well, I don't know. If she be doing the meaning your mistake. Yeah! Sorry, okay. Oh, wait, no, it's a spear. Right? Larry, about the spear. Oh, are you feeling it? Bam! I thought there was something strange about this spear. Tell me, Larry, is it just me or is the spear a bit bent? What? No way! It's exactly how it should be, yo! And the autograph you wrote for me earlier. Now take a good look at this which you drew with your own hand. You can see that the spear is clearly of a different shape. Ah! What do you have to say to that? I'm sorry! When I held the spear in my hands, all of a sudden I feel super powerful. And then during practice, I was spinning it around and around, and bam! It hit the wall! You unbelievable! This is an embassy! But I've always been like that, ever since I was a kid. One time on an overnight field trip, I bought a fake sword and played with it late in the night. I'm just here at the top of the man! Ugh. Larry, clarify that for me, will you? Okay, so it was some field trip. I began to shadow fight with myself. Not that, I mean what you said earlier about spinning the spear and hitting a wall. Oh, that, it's no biggie. It's not like I left a hole or it. I feel like I did. That's not what I'm asking. Not why I'm asking. Samurai spear is made of metal. I somehow doubt that a move as simple as spinning around would cause it to bend. Man, Ed, you're so naive. Where did that come from? Well, you keep calling it the samurai spear, but it's not real. You can't really fight someone with it. Because it's hollow on the inside. But it's hollow because Larry's not strong enough to lift the whole thing up. You could hit it against practically anything and it would bend. Is that so? Don't tell me you thought it was real. Oh, but don't take it the wrong way. I just think that part of your personality is cute. I see. Your friendship truly is something special, Miles Edgeworth. Not friendship. It's utter humiliation. Well, it's not that bent that severely, but... What is that plant supposed to be? Is this a kitchen it's supposed to be like this with Master Alba? My sister's supporting him another tip about today. Okay, Larry, there are a few things I need to ask you about. Hey, how about that? I got a few things I gotta ask you too. What is it? It's like both you and him. How's it like the two of you always manage to have some cute hot girl by your side? This is my sister. Don't make it weird, Larry. Also, she's like... How old are you? I forget. The same age as me, but... Larry's supposed to be the same age as me. How come he is a year younger? I'll have you know I graduated from junior high! Promise? What promise? The one where you said you could model for my next book, Francie Whippy's Whip Trip. What? Smack him, please. Yow! I made no such promise! Ever since Greg Hill had a certain saying about Larry. Yep, when something smells. Ugh. I'm the king of troublemakers. Look at this! Prosecutor's badge! Ugh. Oh, in that case, allow me to help you see I've formed you for all eternity. Smack him. Yeah! Ah! Ah! Ugh. Now this is the trip I'm willing to endorse, especially if you can finally get some peace here. Why are you Steel Samurai? Tell me. As I recall, aren't you calling yourself Laurice Donim or something? That's Donim! Laurice Donim! Get that straight in your head, Edgy! Now I remember, you're that rude, pale imitation of a real artist. No, you got it all wrong. I gave it the whole Laurice business. Besides, when Bangelina left me and my heart in pieces, that's when Mindy walked into my life. She's been so good to me that I want to help her in some way. And I figured I could do that through the Steel Samurai outfit. Your inane blathering makes less and less sense each time we meet. I believe he's saying he picked up on this part-time job of Steel Samurai so he may attempt to capture the heart of the actress who plays the main princess. Ugh. You got it! I knew you know what I meant, Edgy. Not really, it's not so much as I understood, but a simple deduction based on your usual modus operandi. Larry, I'd like you to confess right now to everything you did tonight. Confess? Hey, don't tell me you suspect me too! Nonsense. I don't believe you have the mental acuity needed to plan and execute a murder. However, we are talking about years. I find it hard to believe that nothing happened. Your past experience has taught me that you are always at the center of some insane event. Edgy, how could you be so mean, stabbing me with your words like that? Unfortunately, I don't have the time to search out a key to unlock your heart this time. So I suggest that you cooperate and tell me what you know. Okay, I get it. Just stop Francie from moving me from behind. So I guess you know what I did, right, Edgy? Can't even begin to imagine. However, I imagine that whatever you were up to was probably beyond my imagination. So just tell me exactly what you did, Larry. Nope, not yet, Edgy. It'll take more than that to loosen my lips. A lot more. Confess now. Oh. Okay, well, I was up on the roof. And why exactly were we up there? Oh, you know, that wintry customer, the legendary hero. Talk about Santa Claus or something? Hero? Santa Claus! Ugh. Santa Claus. I wanted to do that thing he does, so I climbed up to one of the chimneys. When I got there was smoke pouring out of the chimney. And? Well, I couldn't go down the chimney with smoke coming up, right? So I gave up. Larry, you do realize that Santa Claus does not exist, right? Of course I know. I did graduate from junior high, you know. You should also understand this. If Santa was real, he would be the biggest unlawful trespasser in history. Ah! It is your attempt to imitate Santa that has landed you as a prime suspect in this murder. Come on, man! What's so wrong with pretending to be Santa? Let's start with the fact that it will be the Ides of March in a matter of hours. Santa will visit its homes on December 24th. That's in December! No! Hey, wait a sec! We're not in court! I have to go talk to more people then. I like this earlier in the Bali's embassy. You know, some shoes are fine, but their interior design really suffers for it. It's got a maple leaf on the side. Really, I think this clock actually fits the decor of this room quite well. Much better than the other one, actually. I suppose the wood does suit the all-natural atmosphere of this room. Its design and the material it's made of strikes a good balance with the plants. Hey, you two! Now's not the time to be talking about interior decorating, you know? Hurry up and save me! Be quiet! Ah! This is all part of my elite investigation. All you need to do is be quiet and watch. Actually, I do believe Larry has a point for once. Decorative plants. The grander nature of one song This is coming from a man who loves shows featuring costumed actors. Just had to go there, goodness. Ah! I don't have anything. Okay, I didn't mean to press that. There was a some tissue that's out of Bobbly's office that we examined. It's the Prima Dux statue. It was the national treasure of the Principality of Codopia. There is only one of these statues, meaning that one of the two is a replica. But both Alabast and Bauble claim to have the real thing. What an incredibly childish fight to have. It's like, I don't know. Statue very valuable, made of pure gold. It was a national treasure of Codopia. That's right. If it is pure gold, then it would melt down pretty quickly in the fire, because pure gold is like really soft metal, which is why 22 karat gold is the highest per like amount of gold that you'd find for jewelry, because if it was any softer, it'd bend. And like, yeah. Ah, look at that! The cat was always about Alabast and flower, the butterfly and flower, both lovely things. But can we interpret this to mean that Alabast provides honey to Bauble? Or is this way can't you go with a more meaningful or profound comment? Very well, then let's hear what sort of profound comment you can come up with. Ahem. Well, flowers cannot survive without the butterflies to spread their pollen. And butterflies cannot live without the nectar that flowers provide. If either one were to disappear from the equation, neither would survive. How was that, Miss Von Karma? Your explanation took so long that I nearly fell asleep. Well, let's continue the investigation. Oh, why can't you just admit I had something there? Nerd! Almost the exact same moment, and I probably died. Probably I can't do any of the features of this distance. Are we good? Okay, good. Did some investigating over on the Bobbly's embassy too, right? I did. Is there a problem? Long G says, wolf who aims to hunt for 2 rabbits at once. I believe it requires he runs after 2 hares will catch neither. A real wolf can catch both. I see. So what were you trying to say, seeing as I'm currently handling 2 cases? Heh. Suit yourself, but don't say I didn't warn you. Alright, now who's the Men in Black person? No matter how hard you try, you never get another day in our Shifu's investigation. Is that a fact? But no matter how good he is, he's bound to overlook something. If you want so large Shifu, then prepare to be punished! Oh, and how exactly would you punish us? Every investigator under Shifu's command will work to disrupt your investigation. Vindictive much? Flower, butterfly, and flower, both everything. Oh my goodness. We already did this dialogue. Why is it not skipping? I just wanted to get all the info. Alright, what we got here? Person shaking hand with the steel samurai. Why is it facing the other way? Person shaking hands with the steel samurai in this picture is Alabaster Alba. Just before the murder, the samurai must be very popular. They even using the as treasure backdrop. I just don't understand what exactly is so great about Top Knot there. Clearly, there is depth to the show that a young person like you can't fathom. Speaking of young people, aren't young children the target audience of this show and of costumed actors? Why is it facing the wrong way? Why is it facing the wrong way? It's a fireplace. And by the looks of it, I don't think it's been used recently. I can't say I see anything usual about it. This must be Ambassador Alba's desk. Notebook is open on his desk. He must have been in the middle of some important work. Chaplain Gross wasn't Friday sprouted today. Funny, it doesn't look like important work to me. Well, clearly we all have different, thoughts on what's important. The gorgeous flowers are in full bloom here, but there's some holes in there. The flowers as lovely as these must have an equally lovely name. Miles Edgeworth, are you done staring? I should hardly think passion flowers are all that rare. Passion flowers? That's a rather unusual name. It was named by priests in the 15th century for the Passion of Christ. Oh, interesting. Why? Learn something new every day. Why is there a nest coming up into the... Okay. And let's take a look at this dead body. So this is the victim. The mask too. Electric blue. What's with this gaudy outfit? You don't know... I need to drink some water. You don't know about Mask the Mask. A few months ago, the thief caused a lot of havoc on the populace. So this thief is separate from the Yatagarasu? I thought they were for a while because their MO and targets are different. The mask collects high value trinkets and jewels, and being gaudy is his signature. Gumshoe was in charge of that investigation, so he'd know more about the mask. Alright, I'd probably hear are tales of his failure anyway. You haven't changed a bit, I see. In any case, let's get started here, shall we? Nope. There's not a single shred of fashion sense in Damask's costume. I can appreciate the effort he must put in making it. You two don't know you can buy this costume almost anywhere now. Being sold? Since when? It's around New Year's, the streets are practically flooded with them. Turns out Damask is a lot more popular than I thought he'd be. I can't believe that foolish fool would dress in foolish clothing to act foolishly. You got your point about three foolishes back, Francisca. You know, that kind of reminds me how Amazon is selling ice uniforms and military uniforms. Yeah, if anyone's watching the VOD, you could probably guess what's been going around this time of this time of the year. So this is the murder weapon in this case. There's blood on the blade. It's a rather sweeping sword, isn't it? What'd you expect? It's the Steel Samurai's daddy's secondary weapon. I only call it a secondary because although he uses his sword in most of his battles, it's his trusty samurai spear that turns into in a real fight. You know quite a bit about the Steel Samurai. It's only because I saw the stage show earlier. Owner of the sword and Steel Samurai, or in other words, Larry, should probably ask him about it, as detrimental it is to proving him innocent. Is this also hollow on the inside so Larry can swing it easier because he's got noodle arms? I suppose this was the wrapping cloth Damask 2 used to carry his stolen goods. But there's nothing wrapped in it now. I guess he never did manage to get his hands on whatever it was he was out to steal. Shoes. I thought Damask had quit the business. This guy, he's just, he's just a copycat using the name, a phony successor. He's just another petty thief. His real identity is an out-of-work guy by the name of Kashi Nu, 29, and wanted on larceny charges. What's larceny again? From his clothes and what he was carrying, we determined that this guy's the real Damask 2. Electric Boogaloo. Oh. The cause of death appears to be the loss of blood from the back of his head. He was struck with something very hard. In other words, he was bludgeoned to death. How old are you now? 60. I thought you were... Oh. Oof, Deadle. 72? I keep, like... I feel like this isn't accurate for 72. Like, I don't know what it is, but it's like... The older you get, or the more you interact with people that are older, the more you realize how, what do you call it? Inaccurate anime is with, age. Baby. Oh my goodness. I feel like a failure. Or maybe I've just met a lot of really in shape, healthy, like, people in their 60s and 70s. I don't know. What's he holding? It looks like a piece of paper from a notepad. Let's fifth floor, boss's office. Directions how to reach this room were written by hand. Wait, we're on the 5th floor? There's something written on the back as well. I'd like you to steal the prima statue in this room. What is that supposed to mean? Who writes a note to themselves like that? If I had to guess from the text, I would say this is actually a request from someone about what to steal. But who was the person that requested the theft of the prima statue? That's a lot of blood. Alright, it's... Yes, where's the picture? Eureka! Look at this photograph! Tell me what you find odd about this scene, Miss Von Karma. The apparent joy on the ambassador's face as he shakes out Top-Knot's hand. That's not it! I was trying to point out the statue! You're right! The statue is a national treasure. As such, only an ambassador or secretary level person is allowed to handle it. In fact, the statue is facing one way in this photo. Now it's facing a different direction This preserved crime scene is proof that someone touched his statue around the time of the crime. We should check for fingerprints. I guess that about wraps up my investigation. That's... Who's in there? Yo, Pink Princess, how are you feeling? Still feeling ill? And yet another strange character comes out of the woodwork. So the Pink Princess also comes to pay the Alabaston Embassy a visit. I believe it may need to speak with her as well. Do you have any fun logical things? No. Nothing at all. What do you have to say? Yes. Take a look at my badge. What about your prosecutor's badge? I have one too, you know. So you do. But seeing as I'm not currently a proper prosecutor, I thought I'd give presenting it a try. Is that any way for you to act towards your superior? Ah! As if threatening a whipping is the proper way of lecturing someone. I've only just arrived in this room myself, which is why we need to investigate some more. Yeah, I agree. Our priority should be on understanding what the current situation is. Of course. I was planning to do that from the very beginning. In that case, hurry up and start the investigation already. I will! So let's get started. In order to find out the truth behind what happened, start by gathering the most information as I can. Pink Princess, I have a few questions I'd like to ask. Pink Princess! Please don't be someone I hate underneath. How did I know it was gonna be Old Bag? This is the most cursed timeline. Me! Oh, what did he say? If you would please answer me! Ugh. This must be what they call fate. Ugh, how could this happen 2 days in a row? What? Aren't you Miss Old Bag? Why are you surprised? Ah, so you're the one that got to play the Steel Samurai. It's too bad, I didn't realize that until now. Larry used to work under her at the security office that Damask worked at for a little bit. And Old Bag was like their head officer for security or something like that. You're acquaintances with Larry. Yes, we worked at the same company for a little while, you know. That's why it's okay, my edgy poo. You don't need to be jealous. Ugh. I was in the next room, you know, trying to get some beauty sleep, but it was so noisy here that I couldn't fall asleep. So I came over to complain. So imagine my shock when I saw my precious edgy poo waiting here for me. I mean, who could have imagined that you would ever come to a show like this? I guess I misjudged you, edgy poo. You misjudged him? I thought he was trying to avoid me, you know? That is no misjudgment on your part. That is precisely what I was trying to do. But it looks like the winds have shifted and now he's willing to be chased after. I'm simply overwhelmed. Don't you worry, Edgy Poo. I chased you forever to the edge of the earth. Isn't that just peachy? This is one of those rare times when Francisca and I actually see eye to eye. Ugh. Cursed timeline. What's this supposed to be? No, obviously I can't simply give you a piece of evidence. But what a bother. You know how much. Now then, what are you doing here? I thought you were working at Gatewaterland as a pink badger. What are you talking about? That was ages ago. That was yesterday. Look, I worked at Global Studios before, a long time ago, right? Well, they called me up this morning, kind of out of the blue, actually. Called you? Apparently, the girl who played the Pink Princess collapsed from a bad cold. It happened so suddenly, they called me in to be her last-minute replacement. Do they not have enough people on staff at that studio? I really couldn't say no, so here I am playing the role of the heroine. Instead of that Mindy girl, I mean. But the poor girl, I feel bad for her. Because they let me stand in for her, she's gonna have a terrible time when she returns. I mean, I'm not exactly ready to see the face bombs, but once I stand on the trip and the ragdoll, the shuriken, and the Sarah Samurai, I'll cry with enough. I hope they forgive me. I was gonna tell you were a bunch of siblings. You're a rather lively old lady. So basically, you received the stand request this morning, correct? You got it! If you need to see it, I've got it right here. Look! It appears that she is telling the truth. Mm-hmm. I'll tell you, my fine acting moved the entire audience to tears. That's why they were saying bad hip. Oh my goodness. I hate old bag. This is the worst case ever. I thought this was going to be cool, but no, we've got Larry and Old Bag here, and I hate them both because they're both such unreliable witnesses. Tears of laughter, I recall. But being famous has the problems too, you know. Here, take a look at this. It's a letter from a stalker. I was just taking my break when I found this stuck under the door to my room. Honestly, you really have to watch out for these kind of things. Look at what it says. Wendy, with an accent mark. I'll be descending on you from above tonight. You're a loving night. How absolutely revolting. I mean, you think you can get my name right. There's no accent in my name. What? This is horrible. Where have you seen this? Well, it's... Can't see the back of it. But now that you're here, Edgy Boo, I feel 100% safe. Where do I factor into this? You'd bust that evil saga man for my sake, wouldn't you, Edgy Boo? I would, because I know exactly who it is. Allow me the liberty to handle this my own way. I'll gladly dispatch a detective to your house later. Oh, come on, Edgy Boo, stop being so dismissive and playing hard to get. There's mistakes and bad penmanship. We're doing it at the time of the crime. Okay, but that's how he writes M's. Oh, it is Mindy. Okay, yeah, he's just really bad. He tried to write cursive I, but he put a loop in it. I used to have that problem as a kid. Like, when I'd write cursive letter I's, sometimes I'd accidentally have a loop in there, and then I'd get marked down points. What crime? What? After the show was over, I had nothing but free time on my hands. So I used the fireplace in the room next door to keep my bad hit warm. Oh. Okay. So, Larry was it? Why is Larry in this room? Larry was in the room, trying to go down to the fireplace next door. Well, a murder occurred in the room right next to yours. Is that right? Oh, Edgy Poo, I'm so scared. Hold me, caress me. You can please not cling to my personal. In any case, I take it then that you failed to show up at the ambassador's Alba's speech. Oh, that. No, I didn't go. I mean, I may have had the heart of a young, tender maiden, but my body just refuses to cooperate at times. As soon as the show ended, my hips started acting up and got stiff. I couldn't move at all. Can you provide proof of your condition? Oh, you just go on and ask the doctors in the infirmary. They're the ones who carried me from the theater all the way up to this embassy. I have to admit, the thought of her not being able to leave that room is rather pleasant. Prosecuted for a car right by the police stop as you requested. Good work. You may leave now, officer. What did you get? Woof! This dog. I requested the assistance of a dog in their search for the Yatakarasu. Looks like you guys have some pretty bright dogs in this country, too. Yeah, you're a real cutie, aren't you? Yeah, that's a good boy. That's a police dog. Gumshoe's been taken care of. Oh, I remember from the Christmas case. I think his name is Missile. What a fitting name for police dog that dashes out in front of attacks. That action alone is exactly what's going to solve this case for us, you know. Now, Missile, I want you to find some clues. Go! What? What is that? Good dog, you really are quite bright, aren't you? Unlike a certain someone I know. Larry. Now then, what do we have here? What? Look, a small... Oh, it's a samurai dog. Wait, Francisca, isn't that an official samurai dog? No, bad Missile! He ate it. I wonder if it's alright for him to eat that. It's just a meat substance snack featuring the Steel Samurai. I'm sure I'll be fine. That's quite a bit of information you've gathered there in a single quick glance. We should really be focusing on why there was a samurai dog here in the first place. It looks like that looks like that snack wasn't all Missile found. Oh, what do we have here? It appears to be a lady's undershirt. I wonder if Ambassador Alba might have interest in cross-dressing. It's a shirt! It's just a plain shirt! I somehow doubt that. It doesn't look like the shirt would even fit him. Samurai dog and an undershirt. What are these two items doing in a room like this? In the circumstance, the lady's undershirt only belong to one person. Gotta get this over as the owner said undershirt about it. Can I pet the dog? Please say I can pet the dog. He was a much bigger help than I thought he would be. Yes, however, if you ask me, I don't understand what we found. In that case, you should keep on investigating until you do understand. Now, my subordinate, continue with the investigation. Oh, all right, I will. It was with great dread I proceeded to do what I must to solve this case. Hey, Larry. Hold on, I'll be right back. I'm gonna go fill up my beverage so I can stay hydrated and all that fun stuff. Alright, I'll be back. Okay, what are we doing? Larry, about the samurai sword that was using the murder weapon. Oh, that! Well, I shook hands with the ambassador in this room, you know. Yes, apparently you did. And, well, I totally forgot about it and left behind when I left afterwards. What? You want to talk about shock? I was in shock when I heard it killed someone. Shocked! Fool looking, especially foolish for foolishly stating such a foolish excuse. You forgot to take something that big with you? Who would believe such a tale? Anyone who knows this guy.
Hold it!
Sorry, Miss Von Karma, but I believe him. Because if anyone could forget something like that, it would be Larry. Edgy, you believe me! I just knew that our friendship was something special. Anyway, Even if Larry had simply forgotten the sword and left behind, that in no way clears his name. Which means I will have to prove his innocence from a different angle. Alright, so what's this note? Ah, whoopity whip, rip. Ugh. Did you know about this? Nope. I'm gonna take another sip. I think Larry has a thing for getting whipped. Alright, old bag. Is this yours? Oh, Edgy-Poo, what's the meaning of this? Huh? Why did you steal that thing from my bags? All you had to do was ask, and I would have gladly given you as many as you'd like. Ugh. Thanks, but no thanks. This shirt was found here at the crime scene. What? Now, why don't you just confess and explain what it's doing here? I know nothing, I tell you! What? Oh, I admit that I used a fireplace to dry that shirt, but I can't really help the fact that I had to, you know? Wearing that pink princess costume was like being in a sauna! And on top of that, I get a finger as a suspect? You're too cruel, Edgy-Poo! Are you claiming that you never once stepped foot inside this room? Of course I am! If I had been the one to find the body, do you think I'd be as calm and relaxed as I am? I'll tell you, it's always like this. I was missing the tablet, missing the camera, missing the lawyer, I was making sure my fault, missing the matter of my husband who got married Saturday. Yes, they're so married. What kind of way to propose that? What did you do? I got to say, what are you married honestly? Man, these days! What an interesting story. I believe she's lying about her actions, so I can safely assume she really was drying her shirt by the fireplace on a break. But this is the, what managed to move from the next room into this one. So confused. I assume the samurai dog was also yours. Ah, that brilliant mind of yours! You really can't see through to everything about me! And so the feeling of dread continues, but I suppose it out for more details. Ugh. No, I meant to... That samurai dog was yours, wasn't it? Oh, of course, I'm forever yours, my Edgy-Wedgy-Poo. Ugh. You could just stick to what I asked you. Edgy, are you Miss Oldbag? No. You really don't change, do you? When will you learn how to take a joke? Anyway, that samurai dog wasn't mine. Those things are a present from the studio to the embassy. A present? The studio bigwigs basically told us to play delivery boys. We were supposed to hand the dogs off to the embassy people and tell them hi. I had to pile them all into the pushcart just to move them all. Those studio guys should have delivered those things by themselves, right, Edgy? So did you deliver the samurai dogs to the embassy staff as per your instructions? Hey, Edgy, don't just ignore me and my question. Or are you gonna stick up for me? Ah, about that. See, after the show, I went to rest a spell in the dressing room because of my bad hip, you know. And there they were, the samurai dogs just sitting on the dressing room floor. I suppose he had to make preparations for distributing them after the show. Well, if by preparation you mean sampling them as well. Excuse me? Oh, I tried one and thought they were actually quite good. Sorry, but I just had to find out. I know it was silly of me to think this, but I figured that since they're for a kids show, their taste was probably for kids too. But they were so good I couldn't stop. Before I went back to my room, I just had myself a half a dozen or so boxes. As I sat there by the roaring fire, warming them and eating them, I thought, ah, this is... What is it now? Oh, I know! I bet you want a box too, don't you, my Edgy-Poo? Well, who am I to say no to you? But I'll only give you one. The rest of are for me. Cool. How many dogs are inside the H box? Looks like the lesson for today is that when the Steel Samurai and the Pink Princess take off their mask, they transform into a pair of annoying troublemakers. Well, if it was the original Steel Samurai, now he's cool. Do you have anything here? Wow. There's no trace of this room's fireplace being used. And your point is? Ahem. Smoke is supposedly pouring out of a chimney connected to this fireplace. At least according to Larry. It's a contradiction of facts, is it not? Are you sure he wasn't just disoriented or something up on that roof? This is testimony from an investigator puts Larry at this particular chimney. No, I don't think it was a mistaken impression on Larry's part. On the other hand, the fireplace in the next room was being used at the time. Where do you suppose the smoke from that fireplace went? Ah, I see. So you're proposing is this. The smoke that came out of the chimney was actually from his old bag's fire. So basically the fireplace in the neighboring rooms share one chimney. Is that what you're implying? But what about the shirt? Precisely. I don't know if this is gonna work, but we'll test it out. The lady's undershirt that Missile found. Why are you getting all excited over holding onto a lady's undergarment? Miles Edgeworth, you uncouth sea slug! If you know the owner of said undershirt, then hurry up and return it to her already. You have it all wrong. This is evidence, and the owner of that piece of evidence was in the room next door. And yet, despite that, Missile found it in the fireplace of this room. This lady's undershirt. Are you seriously claiming that it was somehow passed through a solid brick wall? Not quite. The fireplace in this room is connected to a chimney. The other fireplace in the other room is also connected to the same chimney. Maybe it's a possibility that two fireplaces are connected to each other. It's Indiana Jones style. You know, in the third movie with the rotating fireplace. Perhaps a closer look at the back of the fireplace is in order. There's an excellent back of the fireplace. Anyway, I can get a better look at it. It is Indiana Jones fireplace. What? The wall separating this room's fireplace from the next room's fireplace apparently turns. Why? Also, you just made a whole bunch of ashes. Others suspected this fireplace doesn't need to connect this room to the neighboring room. Neighboring room? There appears to be nothing particular about the next room. In fact, there's nothing special about the next room isn't what's important. The fact that there's a secret passageway through this room's fireplace.
We now know that the fireplace connects to two rooms.
But how exactly is that significant? You aren't going to suddenly name the old lady as the Mask 2's killer now, are you? But she couldn't move at all because of her stiff hip. So she could not have been the one. Unfortunately, I believe that this fireplace has nothing whatsoever to do with the Mask 2's murder. Yay, my health bar! Yes! I need to save, actually. Should probably do that. It's been an hour and a half. It would appear that the answer has made itself known. You're making quite a confident face there, Mr. Prosecutor. Bring it on. I'm ready to counter any argument you may have. Very well, then, if you're prepared, I'll show you exactly where my deductions have led me. Good! I'm counting on you, Edgy! Leave it to me, Larry. My first attack will be to expose your life for what it really is. My lie! Now, there's still something you're keeping from the rest of us. Ooh, what's wrong with you? Why is it you won't believe me no matter what I say, Edgy? Curse you! I should just hurry up and die right if that's how it's gonna be. I'll confess to every murder in the whole world and then kill myself. What is wrong with him? And throw everything in mass confusion! Meet some wonderful friends as a child, I see. We're not friends. It's just pity. I feel bad for this guy because this guy no way has any real friends. Larry, I only have one thing to say to you. Even if you make that face at me, it's no use! A man who's ready to die is strong-willed, you know. Larry, it doesn't matter what sort of harebrained trouble you've caused. I only ask that you do not lie to me. Because an innocent person to be judged unfairly because of some insipid lie. I will never forgive you. Edgy! Allow me to say that I consider to be among the innocent in this case. And that I will draw the real killer out. You can trust me on this. Alright, this time I'll tell you the whole truth, okay? What happened, what didn't happen, the works. Just what happened would do. Testify when you jump on the roof, please. Ugh, I hate this guy so much. After the show, I left up. Hold on, I missed it. Hold on, let's go back. Had some experience of free time I wander around. There's a lot of the chimney like that. Okay, hold on. Okay. After the show, I left the push cart in the rose garden and came up to the embassy. Then I took a picture of me shaking hands with the ambassador. After that, to my next experience, I had some free time, so I wandered around on the roofs. That's when I spotted the chimney. A chimney like that is a rare thing, you know? So then, I wanted to play Santa and decided to give it a try. Alright, Larry, I thought I just finished telling you not to lie anymore. But it's kinda ultra embarrassing. And what exactly is so ultra embarrassing that you can't tell me? Edgy, man, I just said it was embarrassing. So of course I can't just blurt it out. So you're gonna have to reason it out of me. As your superior, I command you to hurry up and expose this man's lie. I have every intention of doing so, for I'm not about to let us waste time on such a trifling matter. After the show, hold it! You left a pushcart. Could you please clarify that statement for me? Yeah, so the wheels on the pushcart got covered in dirt from the rose garden. It would have made a mess of the floor inside, so Ambassador Alba just had to leave it. Well, it would be rather impolite to dirty another country's embassy. Come to think of it, I recall seeing the pink princess on my way to the embassy. What was she doing? Nothing in particular, because she was being carried by some dogs on a stretcher. Must have been incapacitated by the pain of her bad hip that she suffered during the show. Oof. I'm gonna end up with bad hips in like a couple of years if I don't know. I already have a bad knee, so it's like, I don't know. So I came into this embassy, right? And then I took a picture of me shaking hands with the ambassador. Hold it. So you shook hands with the ambassador of the kingdom of Alabas, did you? Yeah, can you believe it? I did something real cool for a change. But honestly speaking, there's nothing interesting about shaking some guy's hand. Hey there, are you disrespecting another country in their very own embassy? As someone with roots in this country, I'm feeling nothing but incredible shame at this second. Agreed. I apologize for his inconsiderate words. Now, Larry, please continue. What is with all of you? You keep saying that kind of thing, and I'll tell you only lies. You're already telling us nothing but lies, so let it go and move on. Alright then, you don't need to glare at me like that, edgy! Hold it! Larry, I want you to listen very carefully, and take this to heart. The whole point of your life is to cause misery and pain to everyone that you encounter. I know! I get it! I'm totally bad guy again! I thought you were his friend. Don't you think I was a bit harsh? Longzi says, true friends are bosom friends. If you are in trouble, call on your bosom friend whose shoulder you can truly cry on. Hey, bosom buddy, I hope you're listening carefully to my testimony. Has it crossed your pea-sized brain yet that Agent Long is only out to arrest you, Larry? Now then, you were wandering around inside the embassy, and then what happened? That's when I spotted the chimney. A chimney like that is a rare thing. What do you mean a rare thing? I should hardly think that chimneys are that rare. Agreed, especially since they are a traditional feature of American houses. Plus, many grand buildings have even larger and fancier chimneys. Yeah, but the kind of chimney I'm talking about is a really romantic type. What? It might sound kind of silly, but women seem to really enjoy them. And I just had a good feeling about that chimney. So then I want to play Santa and I had to give it a try. You suddenly wanted to play Santa. Oh, well, actually, I dressed up as Santa once before already. I remember. I'd appreciate if you wouldn't dredge up such unnecessary memories for me. Sounds like you guys share a lot of history, perks of being childhood friends, huh? You know, in my headcanon, my personal headcanon, I like to think that after junior high, well, after Edgeworth moved away, after the EL6 incident happened, you know, never seen again, goes off and does the other thing. And then for Phoenix, Larry being an actual friend of his until, like, whenever end of junior high, and then never seen again. And then the next time Larry shows up is during that first case in the first game. And then all of a sudden it's like, oh, hey, I haven't seen you in years. How are you doing? Oh, hey, you're here again. How's it going? Oh, it's you. And then you get to the third game and it's just like, ugh, this guy. He just shows up out of the blue like a decade later and is the most obnoxious person you've ever met. And never went to school past junior high. Besides, not a family dressed up and play Santa, you know. Santa doesn't go around killing people after he comes out of family's shimmy, after all. Actually, is it worth delving into whether or not you're playing Santa's a big deal? I'll raise an objection. Actually, I believe in the case of this man, playing Santa is actually quite a big deal. Are you saying that your buddy isn't exactly made of Santa quality stuff? Precisely. You hit the nail on the head, Agent Long. Hey, Edgy, that's so incredibly mean! Tell me something, Larry. Did you know that Santa's job is to deliver presents to people all over the world? Of course I know that! I did graduate from junior high, you know! In that case, it's your turn to tell me something. I want you to tell me to whom you were delivering a present to. I was, delivering a present to a child not basking in the warm glow of love. Objection! That must be the most elegant description of you I've ever heard, but a lie is still a lie. You sure know how to kick diabetes down, you know that? In case the person you wish to deliver was most certainly this. Ex-security lady. Well, technically it's not...
Take that!
Yeah, interesting taste you have there, Mr. Suspect. Don't spread lies about me! I totally didn't want to see you hold back so much that I tried to go down the chimney! Ow! I advise you to stop right there in your bashing of a lady. I must admit that I myself hardly ever have wanted to run into that lady. However, what if you were misinformed and under the wrong impression? Then what? Define wrong impression. I simply mean that the man who thought to enter the old lady's room without knowing one very important fact. That fact is best summed with this.
Take that!
This is something the old lady received from her employer for the night. The girl who normally plays a pink princess, Mindy, was it again? It seemed that this man is quite taken with that actress. Hold it! But that's not true, Edgy! What? She's the one with the heart for me! I just know it! I can feel a sexy beam piercing my heart when you're watching me. Sexy beam, I tell you! You filthy, despicable, inconsiderate, fickle, idiotic, cowardly apparition of a man. You haven't matured at all since we last met. Like a year ago. Hey, Mr. Prosecutor. Yes. This guy, he's got bigger problems just getting involved in murders, I take it? I suppose you could put it that way. He's got so many problems. He's got so many problems. Hey, what man? What? What are you guys about? I'm about what? Turn to the original plot, I propose that at least this much has been made clear. Without any knowledge that Miss Mindy had fallen ill, Larry tried to make his way into the Pink Princess's room. That was true for sure. Hold on. I'm gonna save. I haven't saved it yet. Larry. Hold it! Hey, Edgy, it looks like I've got the hang of this court thing now. But we're not in court at the moment. I see what's going on. I guess I'll voice something I just said. Nagi says, until the root of the tongue dries, one never knows the whole truth. You shouldn't form conclusions until everything is out in the open, which is why I'll listen. Alright, get ready to listen to me defeat Edgy in a battle of wits. What? Have you forgotten that should I lose, your victory prize would be arrest. Oh my goodness. So you think that all I want to do was go visit Mindy? Well, I dressed up as Santa and climbed up to the chimney, but the smoke was really thick. I was a case of mistaken identity, and that mistake made me late for the speech. Then, to top it all off, I became a suspect in a murder. That's what you really meant. But why would I ever put myself through so much humiliation on purpose? Hey, someone say something! Larry, are you serious? I'm trying to submit this not as a confession, but as testimony. So what if I am? Is there something wrong with that? My claim is a claim, claim, and claim. You have a problem with that? So it was you! You're my stalker. But I should warn you, it doesn't matter what kind of flattery you throw at me. I'm the devoted type of woman who's only focused on the man who's all attention to life. I can't just drop him, maybe I'm faithful, no I can't. Although earlier attempted was just trying to be oh my goodness. Hold on. Let's read it. Let's see. I'm the type of woman who's only focused on one man and one man only, and as long as Asian alive, I can't drop and be unfaithful. No, I can't. Although earlier attempted just a teeny wee bit by that woman resistance to my love for him, material speed, which I passed, but flying up to, but now I will think about you, my love for after put an eternity, yes, eternity, super. I'm so inspired. You're such an inconsiderate, calorie, idiotic, and all around completely worthless man. Although I heard something ominous just now, but perhaps it was just my imagination. Blocks it out. I believe there's nothing further for me to prove at this point. What do you mean? Of course you still got something to prove. You still have to show some proof that I was trying to meet up with Mindy. Proof? Remember, Edgy? Everything is evidence in court, right? You mean evidence is everything? I understand your point. Yeah, see, I'm totally a pro at this now. Very well, if you wish to see the evidence, then let me show you the last piece of evidence you'll ever wish to see. This embarrassing note with horrible handwriting. All I want to do is visit Mindy. What? You're from Santa Alright, one at a time. Well, I've been saying that for a while now, after all. If not for that. Then for what other reason did you want to go down the chimney? You can't say that without any evidence. That's against the rules, Edgy. Thanks for keeping the prosecutor in line, Mr. Suspect. I have the evidence. If you wish to see it that badly, I can introduce you to. Ah, but it's not good to keep them waiting. My subordinate, hurry and show them already. Lies! All lies, Edgy! Well, if you wish to lie, then by all means continue. Because I'm ready to expose your lie at a moment's... What? At a moment's notice. Ah, you won't get the better of me. Now, let's see! Well, I dressed up as Santa and climbed out to the chimney. Yeah. Was the smoke coming from the chimney really that thick? You bet! It was so thick I had tears pouring out of my eyes. It was a mess. I see. You do realize that you just confirmed for us your chimney escapade? What? That's totally unfair! You tricked me, Edgy! Hardly, you simply have to master how to counter this cross-examination technique. Oh, well, I just said it was a sip of... No, I mean, I said the wrong thing! Uh-huh. Besides, isn't this what you really meant to say about what I did tonight? A mistake made... What?
Hold it!
What does that sentence even mean? I'm not quite sure you can mistake that actress for this lady. Oh, Edgy Poo, are you staring at me? Oh, you're finally succumbing to my feminine charms! Ugh, I should think still Samurai's the one who should know all about your charms. What? Me, Edgy? What are you trying to do to me? Nothing. Simply that the Steel Samurai and the Pink Princess are husband and wife. Oh, is my poor little Edgy Poo jealous? Ugh. you could please drop that line of discussion right this instant. But Edgy, I told you, I already have Mindy! Speaking of Mindy, what exact kind of woman would you say she is? Edgy, are you seriously telling me you don't know who the Mindy is? She's just like what her name means. Super sweet with a great smile. What? I don't mean to brag, but she's one of the show's fastest riding stars. Ha, so you're saying a woman like that is what made you late to the speech. Curse you too! Why is everyone making a suspect out of me? Look, all I can say is this. I was late to the speech.
Hold it!
I suppose you might be correct in a small way. What do you mean by that? Besides being a suspect in a murder, there are a few other things you are a suspect of. Ooh! Not you too, Franzi! You tried to stalk me, but I won't let you intimidate me like that. Look! I already told you, Miss Olbeck. I wasn't after you. I was trying to see Mindy. Hold it. Hey, Mr. Prosecutor, can I just arrest this guy already? I completely understand how you feel, Agent Long. Wait, please! This is what I have to say! Can't you just... I don't know. Arrest him for trespassing? Can you do... No, he was invited to the event. Ugh. Yeah, if you have a serious assertion to make, then I'd like to consider listening. No problem. I'm gonna put all I've got into this, so listen good, okay?
Hold it!
That's just the kind of person you are. Larry, this is the final point you wish to make. You got it! I've called on all the energy I had and told you to do it with all my soul. In that case, allow me to take this soul and break it. Huh? Yes, we'll stamp it out. Stamp it under our feet until it's been ground into a fine powder. A fine powder? Eek! If you really put all your soul into that, then you're ready for what's coming, right? Larry, come out from behind there and face us. Oh, scary, my dear! This whole testament from giant confessor of all he's done tonight. Practically begged me to show why he bothered to put himself through all this. I don't even know if that's right. I'm gonna save real quick. Also, my throat kind of hurts. I need to switch between this game and then a game that has voice acting. That's not just Honkai Star Rail.
Objection!
Larry, don't even think about denying that you have knowledge of this letter. Hey! Why are you showing that thing to me? Wendy, I'll be descending on you from above tonight, your loving night. Wasn't that just romantic? When you were able to descend on her from above, were you, Mr. Loving Knight? Ah! I have no idea what you're talking about! I don't remember a thing! You can pretend to be ignorant all you like, but it's written right here. This letter proves you were not out to meet the old lady, but rather that you were attempting to pay Miss Mindy a visit. Well, part of this letter shows that the person Larry intended to meet was Mindy.
Take that!
This. Oh man, this game's fun. Objection! Larry, I suggest you take up penmanship classes. That is, if you never wish to experience this level of embarrassment ever again. Whoa, what? What are you talking about? Speak English! You wrote Mindy so sloppily that it became Wendy with an accent mark to average eye. Hey, stop picking on me! It's so embarrassing! There. Isn't that what childhood friends are for? They're the best, aren't they? For punching. But that will have to wait till after we're off the crime scene. Eek! Edgy! Save me from the scary man! Sure, if you're willing to make amends, start with your incredibly embarrassing mistake. That wasn't me! Come again. It's a fake! Someone's out to get me, so they made that fake letter! Set me up! Accept your defeat graciously. But you guys are being so mean! Ugh. Penmanship analysis. What's that? No matter who, all people have certain unique features to their handwriting. Ergo, though, all we have to do is compare the handwriting in this letter to a sample of yours, and we'll know soon enough who it was that sent this letter. I'll never write another thing in my life!
Hold it.
No need. We already have a sample. You have already recently provided me with a sample of your handwriting, which is this horrible mess.
Take that.
This autograph in our mysterious letter. If we compare the handwriting, we'll know the answer to our question soon enough. Confess now, Larry, you miserable failure to your miserable failure. Not you. I'm sorry! I did it. It was me causing trouble again. I admit it. You hit the nail right on the head, Edgy. He finally confesses. I saw the pink princess being carried around in a stretcher and got worried, alright? I wanted to go to Mindy's room, but the doctors wouldn't let me in. So what choice did I have? It was a chimney or bust, Edgy. Your mind just jumped from the chore to the chimney. What a criminally overreactive imagination. Well, at least I was honest and wrote Mindy a letter and stuck it under the door. That way she wouldn't be so shocked when I came through the chimney. Except for the fact that the letter was another failure, conveying said sentiment. I'm really, really sorry. Larry, you may be a shameful good-for-nothing blight on the face of humanity. However, I always knew you weren't the killer. I told you to trust me, because at the very least I can attest to that about you. I am so glad that Edgeworth and Phoenix both hate this guy, but just, I feel like they're just friends with him out of pity. And it makes me very happy that they both don't like him. Edgy, you're... Ah! We've lost a lot of valuable time because of you. I think there's a couple more of those, Francisco. In any case, I believe that we can say we now know that exactly what happened. Mr. Larry sought to climb down the chimney not for access to the crime scene, but to enter the room of the elderly lady next door. Hold it. Great job, Mr. Prosecutor. Although I still find it a bit unbelievable, the two of your friends. But the suspicion of that guy over there isn't completely resolved yet, so don't get any funny ideas about running off, okay? Ow! Hey, what? Edgy. What does the wolfman mean when he says, I'm not off the hook yet? Maybe means a murder weapon. Larry, did you forget? There are 2 layers of suspicion hanging on over your head. That's exactly what I mean. We can only rely on the words of a suspect, after all. We may have figured out where he was and what he was doing all night. Here's the question, though. Since Larry didn't make it down the chimney and Old Bag was busy eating hot dogs and all that stuff, when did the fireplace get flipped around? With the bloodstained samurai sword that was left at the crime scene. As long as there are no satisfactory information for that, this wolf refused to ease up on his bite. Eek! Edgy, that guy! He looks like he's seriously about to take a bite out of me. I'm well aware. You should be as well. That this upcoming battle will be crucial. Thanks to the cooperation of our lovely bumbler, I've been dealing with dealt a very nice hand at the sweet trump card. Looks like we're about to enter the final bout. Now, Mr. Prosecutor, let's see what you got. Can easily point out the contradiction in the supposed murder weapon. But the real problem is to figure out where it is. High stakes gamble. This is one game I can't afford to lose. Man, my throat hurts. I'm glad tomorrow's my day off because I need to rest my throat after this. Why, Larry? I was the one who found the body of the victim, the mask too. Beside him was a samurai sword, glittering red and offering up the scent of blood. It was supposed to be in the steel samurai's dressing room, but I found it here instead. Plus, I found the murder weapon's owner, the suspect, Larry, in here too. When did Larry get in here? Isn't it a bit far-fetched to accuse someone simply on basis of ownership? But this owner wanted to sneak onto the crime scene. No, we just totally he wasn't trying to sneak onto the crime scene.
Hold it!
You're alluding to his reason for being by the chimney. We've already established that. Hold on there, Mr. Prosecutor. You two are longtime friends, right? Who's to say you didn't fabricate the evidence to give him an alibi? I was elsewhere. You're accusing me of fabricating evidence. You think I can believe anything you produce? Forging evidence is all you prosecutors do. It has some serious issues with prosecutors. But come on, I can't think of something as complicated as that, right, Edgy? Larry, I can agree because I know you and your personality well. However, Agent Long knows nothing about you. Or me, for that matter. His hatred for the entire president emanating from his entire being. Meaning that the only way I can prove Larry's innocence is to present irrefutable evidence. We gotta present something. More like lunch money was stolen from a prosecutor. I don't know. Probably murdered his entire family and stepped on his dog or something. I was wondering if I found the body of the victim. Besides him, it was a samurai sword. Over him was blood. It was supposed to be in the samurai treasure room. I found it in here instead. Careful, I wrote the suspect Larry in here.
Hold it!
Alright, press on this one. Larry's already decided he forgot the samurai sword in here. Yeah, I was shaking hands with the ambassador and I left it behind by accident. So what? You lied earlier, so who's to say this excuse isn't just another lie? How about you turn to your right real quick? There's a thing on the... But I forget stuff all the time. Why did you tell him? Why don't you tell him yourself? You see? What did I tell you earlier? No one will buy such a pathetically weak excuse. Yes, well, I know it's not possible to prove such an excuse as truth. And yet you offer it up as fact. You're a worse person than I originally thought. You're free to think what you like. However, I know that Larry's not the killer. Agent Long, please continue your argument. I'll expose the flaw in it soon enough.
Hold it!
Just because he's the owner of a weapon, therefore he must be the killer, is it? No, climbing all the way up the chimney is plenty suspicious. He wasn't... I've already drawn the truth out. The truth is one thing I don't win. It doesn't matter if it's you or whoever. You prosecutors are all the same. As for me, the prosecutors are one thing I don't trust in. An agent who doesn't trust prosecutors? What are you playing at? Sorry, sis, but there are only two things I trust. My subordinates and the evidence of the crime scene. Uh-huh. Agent Long hates prosecutors. But as long as you trust evidence that has been left at the crime scene. There is something I can show. It's simply not possible that a samurai sword is a real murder weapon. I should focus on proving that. But what?
Hold it!
I'm just gonna press these other two. First discover the body this time. This time, what's that supposed to mean? Who best was what he said? It was hit this time because earlier Kim's discovered the body in Bobble. And your secretary agent Shina was ready to accuse her of murder for that. Ah, so you're gonna use that excuse to call me suspicious now? Of course not. I was simply pointing out the usual pattern with discoverers of bodies. But in Bobble's case, there was proof that she was holding a weapon, right? Well, this one is a bit different since we know exactly where the weapon is.
Hold it!
Bam, bam, bam. Glittering lead and offering up the scent of blood? What kind of poetry is that? Do I have to spell it out for you? I mean the sight and smell of blood, of course. And according to the test, the blood of the sword belongs to the victim. The sword was made only to be used on station that's not sharp, but it's pretty weighty. Really heavy enough to beat someone to death with it. You suspect that the victim was beaten to death with a sword. Beaten to death, huh? That's really too important to just slip by. Beaten to death with something. Well, I need to turn up my fan. I'm freezing cold right now. Should probably get myself like a hot beverage instead of a cold one, but whatever. Okay. Do you know what this is, Agent Long? Yeah, it's just a long spear, right? We used those a lot in my country a long time ago. Piercing, mowing people down, spears the weapon of heroes throughout history. It's the next most effective weapon after the whip. I think the whip is a slightly different category. So what's your point? Are you going to tell me that the spear is a real weapon? No, I simply want you to take a look at this section here. The way it's bent? Precisely. Apparently a certain troublemaker hit it against the wall in this embassy earlier. As you can clearly see, the inside of the steel samurai's weapons are hollow. In other words, they're replicas that aren't strong enough to deliver a damaging blow. Let alone the multiple strikes necessary to bludgeon someone to death. And yet there's not even a dent in Samazari's sword. How do you explain that? Aye! Oh yeah, the sword and the spear are made out of the same stuff, so they bend easily. But I wish they'd make them out of better stuff, because the spear got bent. I wasn't able to do my special early summer rain jab move. Man, I got such an earful from the director of the play for not doing it in the show. This summer's special move was changed tonight because of him. Now it got stuck with a sushi slash instead of the spear move. Ugh. Link to the rain jab special attack. Ugh, thanks a lot, Ari. Youch! That's more than enough of your whiny whimpering. Now, back on this topic of the spear. Yes, let's return to the topic of the session. Real gamble begins. I don't have a real strategy per se, so all I can do is now let the chips fall where they may. Using guesswork and taking risks in a place of real logic is hardly the von Comrade way. It's neither smart nor very clever. Francisca, as you know, unlike your father, I'm not a genius prosecutor. Plus, I doubt his records of a 40-year win streak will ever be broken. But perhaps it's for the best if it remains unbroken. You know, I bet Phoenix would also end up with a 40-year win streak. But no one should have conceived the notion of convict all defendants in the first place. Objection! What a foolish statement from a foolish fool who hates to lose. It's the job of a prosecutor to make sure that all defendants are found guilty in court. There is nothing more important in this world than a perfect victory. That may be your opinion, however, I don't believe that's all we are. As a prosecutor, what I pursue is not the perfect victory, but the perfect truth. And if that means the bridge I must cross will crumble beneath my feet, then let it crumble as I walk on towards the truth. You're good at keeping me entertained, Mr. Prosecutor, but you know, humans are delicate creatures. The slightest bump and we expire. I'd like you to consider, if you will, the possibility that the sword was used in such a way that the attack killed Damask too without bending it. What? What do you think of my hypothetical scenario? I think you know what to do here, right? And what you need. Of course, I need evidence that he can't refute. Now, this is it. Now is the time to choose. Also use a sword to kill someone. And under these circumstances, it's the only logical conclusion. There's such an embassy top to bottom, but the victim's blood is only on that weapon. So is that the sufficient for the other said weapon? How long do you intend to cling on to that preposterous theory? As long as I want, because we examined every corner within the walls of this embassy. There's no stone left unturned. We managed to come up with only one logical conclusion. That's the only place inside this embassy with the victim's blood on his sword. You left no stone unturned. Is that a fact? If you've got something to say, then say it in the only way I respect. Evidence. Of course. Let me make it crystal clear for you.
Hold it!
How are you able to make such a claim? Capable of miracles beyond comprehension of mysterious creatures, man. Poetic. Other man's Agent Long's quotes that are getting increasingly incomprehensible. Human body is a mysterious thing. You can kill him if you hit just the right spot, which is why I think it's possible to kill this thing without losing it done.
Hold it!
For sure, one way or another, the scene of one match is short. I know that. As long as there's a possibility, I can proclaim it as much as I like.
Hold it!
But you must know the conclusion is wrong. Given the circumstances I'm in, only people I can trust racing board and include their budget prosecutors.
Hold it!
I mean, you call yourself a professional.
Now go back!
You still don't see it, do you? You have to earn my trust. The only way to do that is to show me proof of another possible murder weapon. What? Oh. The statue? Hot dogs. Chopped on hot dogs. Those? You're gonna get in trouble with powers to go however long, you know. Plus, I have other reasons as to why I think a samurai sword is a murder weapon. I feel like I'm falling asleep again. Oh man. But only that weapon. Only place where you could find what was on the samurai sword? That's right, even with Luminal, there are no other possibilities outside of what I already outlined. I'm gonna raise an objection just cause. There's no other door possibility left open. I'm gonna force one open.
Now go back!
And how do you plan to do that? By showing you what may possibly be the real murder weapon. Ha 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 ha. The real murder weapon? I have to repeat that myself. Men have already searched every last inch of this embassy and have concluded that nothing else could have been used as a weapon. Of course, because it's not possible. The men inspected everything because no one's allowed to touch the statue. What are you talking about? I don't appreciate the mind games. I don't appreciate when people like you slander my men. I'm not slandering them, I assure you. I mean, pointing out that their investigative dragon has a few holes in it. Namely, that there's something your men couldn't even lay a finger on, and that I'm the real murder weapon. Alright then. I'll put it on the ground. Let's real weapon. Ugh. Oh my goodness. Honestly. Remember to yes, the test is this. Oh, that's the other statue. Here's the shiny one.
Take that!
The National Treasure of Alabas. You mean the permanent statue? Yes, as you know, only Ambassador or Secretariat may touch it. Which I believe means that neither you nor your men are able to examine it, correct? Ha! Ha 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 ha. You know very well that if we did that, there'd be an international incident between the Kingdom of Alabas and the Republic of Bawel. Two countries' precarious relationship teeters in the balance over a little fight for the statue. Never let it go unexamined. Any long, if you could take a look at this. Yes, the direction the statue. Oh, is that the other option I could have picked? There's only one conclusion I can draw. Grr. Go look around and out. Again, to give us okay to examine the statue. Therefore, we can't listen to this infidel's words. Infidel! Prepare to charge! Shiva, please be rational about this. Grrr! As long as he says, just go already! Shifu. Yeah. I'm really sorry, but I was unable to convince the ambassador. Unable to take provisional to examine the proof statue. Oh well. Wait, but then the investigation at a standstill. Agent Long, I will go and speak with the ambassador personally. Save your breath. May act all weak and frail, but that one's been tough cookie. I guess you gotta be tough when you're representing a whole country, you know? Agent Long. What do you want? Let's hurry up and examine the statue already. What? But Shifu, what about causing an international incident? Quiet. take the fall if I have to later.
Hold it!
Agent Long, the hypothesis is mine, so someone's taking responsibility. Let it be me. Watch your abilities. You're gonna talk such heavy, maybe I should let you. Be a real problem for a man if something were to happen to me. Alright then, let's talk and more investigating. I want to know the truth. We can't stop here. Action must be taken. Agent Long, I'd like to run the luminol chemiluminescence tests on the statue. Luminol test. Ah, good thinking. The statue's a murder weapon. Some of the victim's blood should be on it. Okay. Let's get the forensics team in here. Looks like you hit the jackpot. Guess it means that the real weapon is this thing, indeed. But it would celebrate, yeah, if I were you. This doesn't let you front of the hook. What? This really didn't kill my computers of charger rooms. We're hardly done examining the statue, Agent Long. Knowing that it is the real weapon, I believe further examination is required. You think so? Okay, then knock yourself out. Oh, that's a large handprint. Ugh, what do we have here? This dirty smudge. Like a handprint? What's a bit of evidence like you doing under here? Looks like we got some fingerprints to analyze. Worst case scenario, these prints belong to Larry. Looks too late for me to do anything about that now. Hey, first guy, I want the results on fingerprints ASAP. You hear me? Thanks, Kagami. Agent Long, have his analysis ready. Good, and about the prints we lifted from the bottom of the statue. Well, you know the victim of the murder in Bobbly's embassy? Oh, the other guy? The prints belong to him. Mr. Manny Clifton. Oh. Well, that's going on around here. No, that's impossible. Each criminal statue can only be handled by someone of that country. On this one. Leads me to only one conclusion. The statue is actually a Bobble statue. Impossible, it can't be. Aye! Larry never once set foot on Bobbly's soil, so he's free to go. However, if he's even free to go, so he's even further. The ringleader of smuggling operations killed with an Alabastian knife and bauble. And the mask, too, was killed in the Alabastian soil with bauble, the national treasure. And the mystery of the great thief Grassi who visited both countries. Pieces were there, but I had yet to see the big picture they were formed. I think I might push my stream back an hour. Because I am exhausted. Yeah, I'm just really tired. Like I'm gonna keep going with stream, but what I'm probably gonna do is just start an hour later and then eat my lunch while I'm streaming, so I still have enough time to get ready for work. Because normally I end stream, cook lunch, and then get ready for work and all that stuff. But if I eat lunch during stream, then all I have to do is just get ready for work after I'm done streaming, which shouldn't take too long. That's the best 2 invitation, Francisco, and return to Bobble. So the first order of business should be looking about the statue. Mr. Edgeworth! Okay, what's the situation? Oh, it's great! Investigating, so much fun! In other words, they made absolutely no progress. We weren't goofing off, honest! We've been investigating our hearts out! Very well then, would you care to give me an update on your investigation? Oh, we've had a real fun time! Uh-huh. Zero progress. In any case, Detective Gumshoe. Yes! You have permission to enter the Alabastian embassy, is that correct? Yep! As a local detective, I'm helping out with investigations on both sides. Good, in that case I can leave these pieces of evidence with you. Here you go. Here you go. All Larry's junk. Among the lady of the Pink Princess's mask. Pink Princess? What kind of lady was playing her? The kind that was also playing the role of Pink Badger yesterday. Ah! Oof. Understood. If I happen to run into her, I'll give him back to her. Yeah. And if I don't, then I guess I'll unload them somewhere. It doesn't seem all that enthused to go find it, but can't blame him. Evidence has lost their value to give it a second thumbs now. I don't believe I'll be needing this anymore either. What? Are you really gonna throw that autograph away? Yes, because that steel samurai was a fake. The samurai's autograph scratched me to ball of disability. Wait, what? What do you mean by fake? Now then, I believe it's time for a little housekeeping. Unless our evidence has been removed, maybe evidence has been rearranged. Alright, let's use this. Ah, okay. All of the, Larry-related stuff is gone. Hey, you're not going back to Albas already, are you? No, not yet. I still need to get a bit more information first. Mr. Edgeworth! You look like you're enjoying yourself, detective. Well, I don't have much else that I can do, especially a good investigation. So, what did you find out? Ah, well. Ha 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 ha. I take it and found nothing of in particular. Hey, Mr. Edgeworth, I got something real interesting for Ambassador Pelino. Oh? And what is this? Something interesting. This! Wow, it's so pretty! I'm so jealous! That's a real treasure there! Why is the flame burn green, detective? Because the glass is green. Apparently, if you burn the special white crystal oil that they only make in Bobble, it burns this green color. If you burn the counterfeit money, then the fire would be green. Interesting. The special property of the oil. Force people to the rushes the oil run out. Hey Gummy, what are all these silhouettes? They set them cut on the outside of the lantern so it projects images. Oh, silhouettes, huh? They're rather pretty, aren't they? Wait, what am I doing? I'm supposed to be asking for an update on the case. Or investigation. Hey, what's wrong? There's something I want you to investigate for me. Think you can do that much? Uh-huh. You got it. Hey, that's not fair. Why is Gummy getting to do all the fun stuff? Well, that's because I'm Mr. Edgeworth's partner. Ah, I can't believe you took advantage of the confusion and stole my role as assistant. I expect the two of you to get along and work together like professionals on this. How come so many traffic cones are red and white? Because they're highly visible from a green distance. Well, there should be orange. Oh, is that why? So then the reason you wear the wine red suit is for visibility's sake? Please don't compare me to a ragged plastic traffic cone. Ah, so you're back now. How are you, Mr. Edgeworth? You must be tired. Here, with these, you can eat whatever you'd like. More coupons, and these are discount tickets for our cafeteria. They open tomorrow at 10 in the morning. I appreciate the concern. However, these coupons do nothing for me right now. Give it a gumshoe. This open-air stage, what function does it serve exactly? Well, normally it was used for a variety of events. It's all to attract that extra bit of attention to Bobble. I heard that tonight over in the Albastian Rose Garden, Ambassador Alba was to give a speech. And you know what? Manny told me that I really should give a speech too. Told you that? Yes, he did. Which is why I thought I should give a speech of my own. But unfortunately, I wasn't able to. Because the fire, huh? Exactly. Ambassador Polino, I let you guys a little more about the statues. Oh, I see. Well, let me ask you this. Did you know there used to be one country? Yes, I know that much about your history. Well, the Primo statue belonged to the founders of Codopia. At least that's how the story goes. It was bequeathed unto the King of Codopia as a symbol of the country's wealth. It was meant of a symbol of sovereignty and the right to rule, I take it? Yes, that's right, which is why both countries are so adamant about their claim. We hold Rio statue, therefore we hold the right to rule, is the reasoning. Pretty petty when you think about it, though, I suppose.
If Alabasta and Bauble were to re-establish relations, shouldn't that put an end to the squabbling over the statue? I have no reason to believe so. The periodic statue is even more important now as a key to diplomacy. What if Ambassador Platinum knows about these, what's happening to a very important key to diplomacy? The training with this key and see what he has to say about it. Ambassador Plano, there's just one thing I'd like to ask you about. Oh, don't worry, you can ask me more than just one thing. How about 2 or 3? You said you're coming to Bobble, yes. Thank you, but just the one thing is all I require. Manny Coach, and I'd like to ask you about this man who was your secretary. Sure, I'll tell you what I know. Thank you for your cooperation, Ambassador. He was, well, I had to put it in one word. He was an able man. If ever anything I didn't do it as an ambassador, he was able to get it for me. To think that a man like that had a hand in a smuggling ring right under my nose, going completely unnoticed. Actually, I suppose he was an able man, but I was unable to. Because he was able, I was unable to detect his dirty dealings. He had a very sharp mind. Recently, Manny had been real busy. Since I became the Babblers representative of the Country Unification Council, he's been working tirelessly to cover my work for me. I'm sorry, but what is this Country Unification Council? Oh, well, you see, tonight's event proceeded without a hitch. Our two countries are to reunify and become one. Ooh, looks like someone didn't want that to happen then. Eugh. But I guess with how things turned out, that dream won't be realized anytime soon. I suppose not. Take a look at my badge. Oh wait, we've already talked to this guy about this so many times. If you could please take a look at this for me. The weird statue sitting in the alabaster right now actually belongs to Bobble. So it would appear. I received a call from Miss Von Carr about this earlier. Anyone understand why I wish to inspect Bobble's periodic statue immediately? Because the statue currently in your country's possession. Yes, I've already inspected it myself, and it's definitely the alabaster statue. I know because it's the real statue. Then you're saying that Bobble's was a replica? I'm embarrassed to say it's true, even though I knew that someday it would be exposed. Oof! I received my orders from the leaders of Bobble. And I was to negotiate with Ambassador Alba at this event. I was to negotiate with him, fix the results of the evaluation tonight, to say that we could not determine which statue was the real one. Why are you telling me this? Well, because you already figured it out. Our statue is just a hollow gold shell. Even if Bobble were to lose face, the reunification of the country is what's important. I'm right in thinking that, aren't I? I'm not making any mistake, right? You don't know yourself, and I won't pretend to know either. I never thought that by being betrayed by my own secretary, the real symbol of wealth will be given to me. Isn't it simply ironic? Hey, where are you going? You headed back to all of us? Yes, but before I do, I suppose I should give you a summary of what's happened. Oh, I see. So there's been a murder in both countries using objects from the other country. That's the gist of it. Bob was just as strict as all of us in their inspection of people and things that enter the country. Meaning somehow both murder weapons were smuggled into the countries. That's the only logical conclusion that we drawn. Perhaps the key to the weapons smuggling is the person who traversed both countries. You mean the fake Yadagarasu? In one way or another, the Yadagarasu is connected to this, I'm sure. Now then, where was the Yadagarasu first spotted? There's a rose garden all of us inside of the embassy. The garden is just on the other side of this boundary. Their ambassador Alba was to give a speech tonight. At least that's where I heard the Yadagarasu had appeared. In that case, I believe this violent investigation will go post haste. Wait, before you go, take a look at this. What is that? My guess is a guitar pick. I picked it up just now over there. Do you think it'll be of any use? There's a little water in it, but how did the water get on it? Doesn't look like there's anything that could get wet from around here. I was thinking, they have concerts here at this open air stage from time to time, right? Alright, I'll find its owner later. Oh yeah, there's one more thing. Mr. Edgewood, would you be willing to hold on to this? Oh, it's that perfume. Misused perfume. The bottle that woman left behind and that I found 7 years ago. You haven't used it at all? Thought the one day it'd be some use for tracking her down. So I kept it safe all this time. The dog. Thank you, I'd be honored to hold on to it for you. I mean, the scent's probably changed since then. Because the bottle's just old. Yeah, it smells tropical. They were any other treasure that matter. Yeah, they only said you should check your place like this to spell sweat. Hey, Mr. Edgewood. Hey, Mr. Edgewood, that was a pretty good play of words there. Ah, Gummy, don't randomly jump in on one of our dialogues like that. Were you eavesdropping on us, Detective Gumshoe? No, it's not like that. We return the investigation at Albus now, but... I know. I'll go back to Bobble and do some more investigating there. Rose Garden time, right? Yes. Almost 10 p.m. I should go back more. Oh, it's Francisca. How are things in Bobble? Although I can't really say I expect much from Scruffy and that girl. The investigation into Manny Koshin's death hasn't really progressed any. However, the investigation into the Yatagarasu has. Ah, yes, the Yatagarasu. Even now, I find it hard to believe. A person who can freely traverse between two countries at will? Preposterous. Well, that's what I came here to investigate. I heard this is where witnesses claim to have seen the Yatagarasu. That's correct. Ambassador Alba was going to give a speech tonight here in Alabast. That's when the Yatagarasu appeared. Ah! The shadow of the mysterious thief appeared and just suddenly it vanished. After that, there was a fire at Babali's embassy, and then the Yatagarasu started. I vow that not a single feather from the Yatagarasu shall escape my diligence. Over to the spotlight, and the Yatagarasu appeared. Alright, that was waiting for the speech to start panic. I just over. Nice. Okay, I think I need to stop streaming. I'm so sorry. I'm so tired. I think I do need to switch to that eat during stream plan, even though I don't like eating too much. I'm so tired. I can't keep doing this. I'm just so exhausted. I'm just... I don't know. I need to figure something out because I don't know. My schedule is so messed up, so off, so late. I don't know. I'm late to stream and I'm exhausted during stream. That's not good. I'm sorry. I'll be live again on Saturday though. So yeah, should be all good. I'll have to check my work hours, so yeah, just to make sure that what my stream start times are. Oh, that's right, I confirmed.